We're officially recording on the BSB.
Oh, we are?
Yes, we are.
I didn't turn off my air conditioner. You got to hear that buzz.
We'll go turn off your air conditioner.
Oh, my God. Entertain the people. Entertain the people.
Da da
I'm
da
turning
da
off the air
da 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 da. I'm singing, and it's raining, so I guess you could say I'm singing in the rain. And we lost all the viewers.
And we're back.
Should we restart? That was 30 seconds.
No, it's fine. Did you entertain the people?
I did a dance quartet.
Okay, good. Very nice, man. Very nice. And with that dance quartet, welcome back, everybody, to the Backstage Boys podcast, episode number 41. This is Trent, along with your co-host, or my co-host, I should say,
Basil.
And we are here to talk about AAW Destination Milwaukee, break it down, AAW's debut in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at the Turner Hall Ballroom, the famous 100 and some odd year old building. It was on
with $100 in fees on every ticket.
Oh my God. Yeah. 100-year-old building. There was $1 of fees for every year that building's been alive. My God, that was ridiculous. But that took place on July 12th, 2019. We all it was a Friday night. People took off of work. We had a great time in Wisconsin. Lots of fun, but we're gonna break it down, Basil. We're gonna go match by match, talk a little bit about it.
I really love that building. That was probably
great.
I think that building officially beat Bourbon for me.
Well, the amount of space, right? So off the top,
my God, it was beautiful, the amount of space that we had.
Off the bat, the upper balcony area, which was originally going to be sold to a sponsor who backed out
the day of the show.
Yeah, so the sponsor backed out. What's fine. So we freed up the space that they were gonna sit in, ended up becoming space for us to do production and photo shoots and video, and whatever. So it worked out. It was kind of cool to have so much room to work with, because I'm thinking now, if we didn't have that room, what the hell were we gonna do?
I legit don't know where we would have gone.
Like, we would have nowhere to set up if those guys didn't back out.
It would have been the worst building ever.
Right. It would have gone from the best to the worst. I don't even know what we would have done, man. So I'm glad it worked out to have us be up there and have a lot of fun with all that space.
I do think if we're gonna sell out the building next time, that part of the balcony that's by the locker room should not be sold.
That stretch, yeah. I mean, you can sell the
stretch. That stretch should not be sold. The other side can be sold, in my opinion.
Yeah, because my other thing was, originally, like when I saw Ring of Honor there, they would put commentary and hard cam on the front face, like the front facing.
I hate hard camera facing the stage.
Really? Isn't that like standard though?
No, I hate it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when Impact does it, it kind of bothers me. Mm-hmm. But when we had hard camera adjacent to the stage, like in Philly and in Nashville, oh my God, that makes such a difference. Like, production wise, it makes everything so much easier. Like, this with the stage, with it facing the stage, you don't get any sense of the crowd. When you have
in a building like there, you would have, because look how long the stretch was.
No, I get the stretch is long, but it's facing downwards, and I just feel like I would rather pack. If you're gonna have any empty section, I would rather pack the hard camera side, and instead of I would rather have the side that's away from hard camera be empty. Obviously, it wasn't. We were packed enough where it didn't really matter. But I hate it when hard camera's facing the stage. The stage is such a distraction.
The stage was cool though. Let's see that. We had a lot of room on that stage.
So nice to have a screen.
So one of the big things on this show was that we had, not only did we have a screen back, we're big on screens, but Brian in production had a custom screen for everybody. And that was cool, man. That was really cool.
There was 2 or 3 people on the main show that didn't.
Joey Avalon was one of them, because he was just brand new. right? I
Yeah.
don't think he had one.
Joey Avalon didn't have it. Manders and Good Brother number 3 because they were in Fight for the Future.
Good Brother number 3 had a screen.
Good Brother did not have a screen.
There was one. Well, okay. I don't know if it got
No,
put
I
up.
took pictures, dude.
Okay, then
All
I
his pictures
saw
have fight. All his pictures have Fight for the Fallen
Fight for the Future.
or
Wrong.
Fight for the Future. Wow, sorry, my brain is fried. I apologize.
um, because I saw that there was one made for him, but it didn't. I guess it didn't get used then. Okay, I didn't know. But dude, it added so much. Like that photo you posted of Jake, coming out with the something behind him. I mean, that was
Something,
how crazy did
dude.
that look? I mean,
Did you see
epic.
that picture of the something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That photo you posted. I mean, it added so much to everybody's entrance to have all that. I mean, I thought it was really cool. I mean, but that's a big part of production is that like the aesthetic. The aesthetic is what's going to set people apart, and that's something that we are able to do. We have a great crew to do that, and that aesthetic really, really, really helped give that show a special feeling. So I was really, really, really pleased with all the screens, man. It really added to it. So I'm psyched that we did that. But it was going back to the space though. We were able to do so much more from a production standpoint, video, photos, you name it, having that open space. And I think it's very important for a crew to have a dedicated workspace like we have at Bourbon Street. We don't really have it at Logan. Logan's you have some on that second floor where you guys were.
Yeah, but now that second floor has been filled with fans, you don't really have space up there.
Mhm.
You have to go down 2 flights of stairs. You have to go around the hall, around the corner, just to set up and then just to do our video promos and our photos. And it's a lot of work to get it done.
Yeah, it is a lot of work to get it done.
Bourbon Street, we have the locker room at least. Like it's a little
Yeah,
bit tighter, but we have the space for production wise to work. And then once it's nicer outside, we can go outside and record stuff there like we did last summer, but now we're not there until December. So, yeah,
really.
we're doing Logan through August, September, October, November is
Wow.
all. Oh no, not October. We don't have anything planned right now for October. So it's 2 shows August, a show September, a show November, and then back to Bourbon Street in December for the classic.
Damn, you got a lot going on, man. There's a lot packed into the next few months. But I gotta say, man, it's like that building was such an ideal building for an independent like us. It gave us immediate aesthetic. Like it looked great. I mean, you look at it, it's impressive. You look at photos, it's very impressive. It gave us a lot of room to work with, and we were able to do a lot of adjusting, put all the banners and branding up, have our crew space. It looked good to the boys. It was a very great room to work with as an independent company. And I think it's more and more we need to make sure that production has attention at shows. You need to have attention and be like space, time, sufficient time in the building beforehand, before like when you get there, we need a sufficient amount of time. The thing is, it does get tough because you have people who have to take off of work or whatever have you, but you definitely need time to prepare production for a show, man. It is not an easy. You can't just whip up a show the day of. There's so much pre-plan that has to go in, and you have to set it up before the show actually starts. A lot starts, guys. I mean, we were up early that day getting things ready, so it is not as easy. It looks easy if you're just sitting in the crowd, but man, it is sure as hell not easy, as you know, Basil.
No, it's an all day. It's
one,
an all day extravaganza.
one thing that Mike was saying, Mike Pekovich, the AAW owner, was saying that he goes, we were so in sync on that show. The whole crew, boys, everybody was just so. It was one of those nights where everything was like perfect. Everything ran according to plan. What more could you ask for?
Everything that night just worked.
I couldn't find a single thing that didn't work for. I mean everything. Everybody was in a good mood too. That helps too, man. You don't have nobody had drama. There's some of the boys who have heat and they're people who carry heat over, and you can kind of feel that tension in the room. I'm sure you've been in enough locker rooms that when they're like, basically, put it this way, guys. We were really glad that David Starr and Trey Miguel were not booked on the show together.
Jesus Christ.
But like, when guys have heat, because it's very apparent. There was none of that. Everybody was in a chill ass good mood, man. It was fun. So I'm very, very glad that this show happened. It's fun. We're gonna go back. We're gonna try to do Milwaukee again sometime in the spring. I think it's close enough to Chicago, and they seem to like us, so we'll go back.
Make Milwaukee our new second home.
I thought you were gonna say make Milwaukee great again. But but it's already great. So
make Milwaukee great.
I thought that's what you're going for.
Why would I ever even quote that bullshit?
It's just talking about making Milwaukee great.
Shut up. I hate that phrase.
We came up with a thing.
Lost a third of our listeners.
Not necessarily. A lot of closet fans out there. A lot of closet fans. Basically, if you're a WWE fan, you are a Donald Trump fan. Let's put it that way.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Vince, man. Vance. Didn't Jericho call Vance McMahon?
There was a VMK reference on that Impact Rewind, too.
Was it really?
It's hilarious, yeah, dude. Dude, like I'm telling you, Scott D'Amore on Impact Plus Rewind or Impact Twitch Rewind needs to happen. I would say daily. I don't care what responsibilities Scott has anymore. As my boss, Scott, I demand this type of content from you.
That's amazing. Well, if anybody doesn't know, Basil shoots for Impact Wrestling.
Please don't fire me, Scott and Josh.
No, don't fire him. You're fired. You've already been fired.
I'm not getting fired.
Don't fire.
You're stuck with me at this point.
Yeah, you're doing a lot. So Basil he shoots photos for Impact Wrestling, and he's basically become a little too reliable. Thanks to Josh Matthews has taken that on for sure.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. He's like the last one left alive.
Dude, yeah, you're done. But no, listen, man, we got Bound for Glory coming up in October. Shit, let's not even get there yet. We got to talk about Milwaukee. That's going to be
Milwaukee. Let's start on this first match.
All right, let's go. Let's break it down. But yeah, from a production standpoint, an ideal building to start to put a show together. No question about it. No question. All right, let's kick it off, man. Let's kick it off.
All right. We had the Lone Star, Curt Stallion, taking on the newcomer, Airwolf, in his second AAW showing, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
First one was taking no prisoners, right?
I believe so, yeah. 2 months ago. Because he wasn't on the last show. He was in Minnesota during that show.
He was, okay. So, cool, man. Yeah, Airwolf has impressed a lot of people.
I've been high on this kid for a year.
He's only 19?
He's 19. The dude's like 6 years old. This is coming from the kid who looks like he's 12.
I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I saw him without a mask.
Oh, I love him. Dude, he's been coming to AAW shows for like 2 years, helping out with ring crew and stuff like that.
See, I never knew who he was.
Yeah, he helped out at LaSalle a ton. And so that's where we built our relationship through there. And then he started wrestling at Freelance.
No kidding.
A lot more often because he came with the Minnesota boys who were like Eric Cannon and Darren Corbin.
Oh, he's a Minnesota guy?
Minnesota guy. So he would ride with them to the shows, and then he would just start wrestling on Freelance. So I got to see him more often
without
there.
The mask or as Airwolf?
No, he only wrestles as Airwolf. And then he did a lot of stuff in St. Louis with Glory Pro. Yeah.
Oh.
So
gotcha.
Making towns.
Making towns. Good for him, man. No, he was cool. Go ahead, start those. So we kicked it off though with
oh, dude, it was phenomenal. This was a phenomenal opener. I think
Wolf, yeah.
I do like you had a little bit of high flying, you had a little bit of mat wrestling, you had a little bit of that brawler style that Curt Stallion brings.
What would you describe Curt Stallion's style as? What would you
Curt
describe it as?
Stallion is a scrappy Stone Cold. The
Okay.
best, like Stone Cold was like a brute brawler, where Stallion has that heat with him. That not like I'm not talking like X-Pac heat. Like he has that you know what I mean? He has that passion, he has that anger, he has that brutality with him, but because of his stature and his size,
Mm.
he has to be a little bit more scrappier. He does have to do a little bit of the faster moving, but he does a lot of stuff where it's hard hitting, where his speed comes into the play, where he might not do a move once, he might have to do a move two or three times,
Mhm.
but he's still bringing that same brawler style, just in a smaller stature.
You know, he reminds me so much of a young Terry Funk, early Terry Funk.
I can see
Uh,
that.
Not hardcore. I'm talking like when Terry was doing a
No,
lot of wrestling and
we're not
mat
talking about the
stuff.
Terry Funk that everybody grew up on for the last 40 years.
Yeah, no, I'm talking. Actually, I might even go so far as say like circa 80, 89, like when Terry
Or the
Funk came
fourth
back.
retirement.
Hmm?
Or the fourth retirement.
Yeah, the fourth retirement.
In 80,
But that
what,
Terry Funk,
86? Before the
eight,
fourth or fifth retirement.
89. I'm gonna go with 89
Oh,
Terry
so
Funk.
11th retirement.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
He reminds me of that Terry Funk. He's got that style, like not quite hardcore, but touches of it, but scrappy, wild. He's got a great like the. I think like if you ask me, Curt Stallion's best quality, I think it's not even nothing to do with his wrestling. I think not even his promo. I think it's his look. The
His
look
look
he
is
get.
amazing.
Not no, not actually his physical, but the way he looks at his opponents or at the
Oh,
crowd.
dude, it's just he does that death stare in the
Right.
middle of a match. Like he comes out, he's smiling, he does the I'm just here, I'm just a good boy, and then he just in that match, he just becomes violent. He is that child that has a temper tantrum.
No, he's that child that like people see him in a store and they're like that kid's gonna be a serial killer someday. He's that kid.
Okay. All right.
No, but the way he stares daggers, that to me is his biggest asset. He's
I
extremely
still
talented.
miss F-bomb Stallion. That was
F
my favorite.
well,
That was
oh
my
my god.
favorite Stallion.
So a quick side note, and kind of want to tie too much on each match because we got a lot.
We got a
But
lot.
we did another filming. Like Rob was part of Rob's movie magic he was doing. So we worked on another film we're doing that involves Stallion and something. And the you if you missed F bomb Stallion, you trust me, you won't miss him for long. Let's just say
Oh,
that.
dude, that makes me so happy because that was like the one creative thing that you and I got to keep going with because it happened by accident. And then we
but,
kept making it happen every time when we recorded the promos.
but we beeped it. So then we got to beep. We got to do the beeps. But yeah, I'm just saying in general, he swore a fuck ton.
But the beeping was the best part about it.
I know. But like I said, if
It made Danny Daniels pop.
oh yeah, I mean that's hard to get Danny
Like
to pump.
like somebody went up to Danny. They're like, and it. I won't say who it was.
Okay.
Um, and they were like, I don't really like that. And then Danny turns around and he goes, "What? That is the best thing ever!" And I was so happy, and that was like a moment of pride. I was like, yes,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
yes.
I honestly, one of my biggest goals in A&W is to pop Danny. If I can pop Danny, I feel like I've done my job.
Oh
He's a,
God,
he's a hard one to impress, but
dude, and the fact that we got it,
yeah.
I'll take it. All right, and then
What's
so
next?
Curt picks up the win on this one.
Yep.
Brutal match for an opener. I think this was the perfect way to set the tone for the night.
Get used to Airwolf, man. He is people like him. He's really truly made a good impression on people and the people who really count. Let's put it that way, you know?
Yep.
Um so yeah, definitely keep your eye on Airwolf. I want to see more of him. His mask is the shit. I think that is one of the coolest masks. That two-parter mask he's got.
So yeah, he's got the actual like cloth mask, whatever that goes over his face, and then Rockwell masks who's designed stuff for pretty much everybody now lately in the industry, from indies all the way up to WWE, AEW, Impact. Um, he made Airwolf's mask for his entrance that we took really sick pictures of.
Yeah, really cool.
So even his
Very.
entrance looked perfect because he had the white, and then we used the blue lighting with Brian's background. Was just,
Mm,
oh dude, everything that worked just worked perfectly that night.
nice, dude.
So
Hell yeah.
all
What
right,
was next?
you oh, you don't have the matches up? I was gonna give it to you.
Okay, you want to do it that way? Tag team.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
how we
all right.
always do it. We're just not used to just two of us on the
I
podcast
know. It's been a
anymore.
while. It's been a while. We're ZMT's down to original two right here.
Oh
What?
jeez.
Actually, shit, Basil. This is the 1 year anniversary show, to be honest. Like, it's not 52, like 52 weeks, but this is it's 1 year, like now that we've been doing the
Shit, we've
show.
missed 10 weeks already.
We
We've
missed
missed
10 weeks.
20%.
Dude, I mean, Christmas. I don't know. I mean, where
We
we
have
missed.
lives. We have lives.
I mean, May was tough. We basically missed four weeks of those 10 were May.
We missed four. I mean, it was just
That was
life
tough.
happens.
A year
But
ago,
we
yeah, really didn't celebrate this as big as we should have.
No, it's okay. 1 year, guys. Woo!
We'll do it for the
Because you know
52nd.
why? Wrestling is just a constant stream of just go, go, go.
Yeah, it is. It
And I
sure
think
is.
because we haven't hit 52 podcasts yet,
It's why it doesn't feel like it.
that's
That's what's
why,
throwing.
because we fucked up.
Yeah, that's what's throwing. But all right, second match. Besties in the world. Vega and Fitchett taking on Ace Austin and Clayton Gainz, aka like Ace of Gainz, is what I think they're calling themselves.
That's the name I've dubbed on them, and I think I've done really good with inserting people's tag team names into official names in AAW. I have a really good streak going on with that. Because
Can I,
remember when Firefox
yes,
wasn't a thing, and I was like, yo, Jimmy D, just start calling them Firefox.
that
Uh,
was you.
Dude, that was
Oh,
me. 100% that was me. I got DJZ his name back in AAW.
yes, that I know for sure is what you push for. I know like Brian was really pissed about it, but I think you're the one who actually like got them to fucking do it finally.
I just go up to Jimmy D and I just go, Jimmy, I need you to just start calling them this because
And then
this makes sense.
and then
So
yeah,
next show, I'm gonna push for Ace of Gains.
nice. I like it.
I just think it they should come out to Ace of Spades
Yeah.
and
I
Ace of Gains should be the name.
I'm in on it. I now can I say this? Ace Austin's in Impact Wrestling. I just say I'd like to see Clayton along with Ace in Impact, and also with the rumored departure of LAX. Can we get the Besties in Impact? Like, can they be on TV finally, please? I think it's time.
Besties need to be an Impact. The
They
only
would
thing
fit so good in Impact,
The
though.
only
Like,
thing with Clayton right now, like I love Clayton. You know this. His look is so similar to Cage's, even though he's not the same size, but he's the same build,
yeah,
and people would perceive him as a Brian. Like you can't have two wrestlers with a similar look in the same company.
but
So, but
and you,
he is doing stuff he's giving himself more of a workout gimmick.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have him wear different gear, not trunks and no shirt like he's doing now, like
Yeah, but
Cage.
he's too big to wear tights.
No, I mean you gotta find. Yeah, that's where the creative is gonna come in. Some new kind of gear that covers that.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to do something. I mean, maybe the singlet?
That's what I'm saying. Something where it's like if he wears a singlet, even it could work. You know, something like what Josh Alexander wears. That kind could work. Anyway, let's go. Besties beat Ace and Clayton. Dude, Besties are super strong. We got a film coming out for them that Rob is doing. That I
Maybe
helped work.
maybe Fitchett will see it if he gets tagged, maybe not.
Yeah, can we talk about that for a second? It was absurd, absurd. Now,
I was so
even I
upset
tag
because
Fitchett on everything.
Ian
Hilarious.
shows me this.
Ian Stork, 3 count photo,
Three
right?
count, and he's like, dude, what the fuck? And I go, no, I was so heated when I saw this because Fitchett, Like Vega understands how to use social media. Fitchett, horrible with social media.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So Fitchett says, so Vega posts one of Ian's pictures from BTS. Um, it's like Vega looking in the window. It's hilarious. I
Yeah,
love it.
it was so
It's
dramatic.
it's perfect Vega.
Yeah.
And then Fitchett goes, "How come I never get tagged in any picture or any of these pictures?" And then I literally comment, "I've been tagging you for 2 years
Dude,
on everything."
I've been tagging him for two, and he never does shit. He never retweets or likes. And now it's like, dude, do you even know what a notification is? Like, are you
Like,
paying
I wonder
attention?
what his notification tab looks like. It probably says 99 plus.
Like, it's like a ridiculous amount of stuff. But yeah, dude, that's amazing.
I
That he
forgot
that
about that and I'm heated again. Legit heated because I've tagged him in everything, and the only time he ever liked anything was because Vega retweeted it like 2 weeks ago. There was some no, it was I tagged when Fitchett finally smiled for a promo because Fitchett was so mad that these promo photos that I took in St. Louis,
Mhm.
because I was like, "Yo, Fitchett, give me a face." He's like, "This is my face," and it's just him looking like shit. And then he was so upset that I used the pictures. I was like, "Well, this is what you gave me."
Are you serious?
And I was like, "We can take new promo pictures." Never replied to any of that stuff. I see him in person, and then I'm like, "We are taking promo pictures." He's like, "Thank God you want to do this." I was like, "Where have you been? I have been replying to you for 2 weeks that we need to take new promo pictures."
Oh my God.
Oh, dude,
Jesus.
horrible. He probably has me muted on social media. I'm not blocked, but he probably has me muted.
Probably that's why he doesn't see any goddamn
He
notifications.
probably muted everybody.
Hilarious. But so yeah, let's I four guys who I want to keep building in AEW for
Yes,
sure.
all four,
But
obvious.
I think it's completely time for the besties to get on TV, man. I think they got to be on some kind of television.
I mean, please not ROH.
No, I don't think they'd fit. I think that Impact is such a perfect fit for them. The comedic
Dude,
aspect, they're good at skits.
imagine if they, like, with how AEW has everything presented right now, imagine them in AEW. Like, I feel like they would fit perfectly with how, because it's a little bit more lighthearted in a sense.
Yeah,
But
it could work there
I
too.
feel like they would be so over with that crowd. Can you
Yeah.
imagine the entire stadium like doing but the thing is you can't use that song.
Well, that was gonna say. Remember, I've always said, and that's always what I think I bring up to everybody is, um, without the song, what are they? Right? That's the thing. You need the song, and if you don't have the song, we're in trouble. What do you do? They have to. We
They
need a
they
backup plan for that song.
they need to pull a Nate Webb and get the rights to the song. Because Nate Webb has free rights to use that song, to use the
Well,
Wheatus song anywhere he goes.
well, no. If he gets a TV, he can't. You
He,
cannot. He cannot use
no,
it on a broadcast.
he's allowed to.
It's not that though. It's the company will have to pay Wheatus then. They might have given him the okay to use it on independent, like private broadcasts, like internet streams. But if it's on broadcast television, they're gonna have to pay for it. That's the problem. You can't do it unless
Or
they're willing to pay. That's the thing. Like as a musician, I'm telling you,
hey,
that's the thing.
WWE paid for Cult of Personality, so
They
who
did.
knows?
I mean, you
Uh,
never know. If somebody's willing to pay, they'll pay. But I don't know. I
I just
need a
feel like
backup.
that's worth it.
Yeah. All right. Well, go on. Let's go. Next
All
one.
right, this was my sleeper match for the show. Josh Alexander against Josh Briggs.
Josh
And
versus Josh. Who was the asshole in the crowd going, "Come on, Josh! Yeah,
was
Josh!"
there somebody doing that?
Yeah, it was me. But anyway, go
Oh, well, things started off weird because Manser, who was sitting in the crowd this entire time,
Man's
uh,
second row, about a second
man,
row ticket.
yeah, bought a second row ticket, and him and Jimmy Jacobs got into it like immediately because Jimmy
Yeah.
Jacobs was out there, and Manser got pulled away by security because he's not a wrestler, he's a fan, And Jimmy Jacobs was so upset about it, he just went to the back room and wasn't out there for Briggs's match.
Mansoor was enjoying it, man. He was holding court in the second row. It was great.
Dude, he was sitting next to Nurse Nicole.
That's right. And can I say, listen, anybody who is kind of like rolling their eyes as we're talking about this, I shit you not, Mansoor waited in ticket line and walked in through the front with a ticket in his hand, with an assigned seat. The dude bought a ticket to sit down in there. I'm telling you guys, that's how it works.
I mean, everybody normally you just have a wrestler just comes in the middle of the show and sits down. He was there from the first match.
Dude, he walked in. He got checked at security. He had to swipe his ticket. I'm telling you, Mans Warner legit had a second row ticket. No question.
Amazing.
It was fantastic.
Maybe next time he can afford a front row.
Yeah, no, seriously, man. Come on,
Maybe
Danny.
next
What are we paying this guy?
Next show, I think next show he needs to be front row.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Maybe
Tickets on sale now at AAW.com for the Jim Lynam Memorial Tournament, August 29th and 30th. Cheap
and
look.
get your tickets. Get your tickets. Or go honestly, AAWPro.com, get your tickets because they are already flying. Seriously. Side note. All right. Anyway, talk about the match.
Dude, this match was hard hitting as fuck.
Josh Alexander, man, he's out to kill people in there.
Dude, I'm still in this honeymoon phase of Josh Alexander coming back. It feels like those stories that you hear about old people who get divorced and then come back like 10 years later.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this feels like. Like it's like we're all in love again.
Yeah, dude. You know what I love about Josh that you talk to him, he's so polite and he's so soft spoken and he's hey, it's good to see you guys. Thank you. He hates your youth. But
he talked about that on the Impact thing too. He's like, his skin's so soft, it's annoying.
That's ridiculous. But he gets in the ring and he's like out to murder people. This is a father of two, ladies and gentlemen. This is a husband.
Dude, he is brutal in the ring.
He's so good though.
I do not want to piss him off.
That move he did at Slammiversary, that off that middle rope, the throwaway slam.
So he did a backwards, like it was almost like a moonsault. He was on the second rope. Ethan held up Ortiz, gave him to Josh. Josh did the standing moonsault off the second rope, slammed him, and then Ethan did a swanton bomb.
Dude, that was a finish, right?
That was the finish to the match, yes. Dude, no, it was not the finish to the match because the Rascals ended up hitting the hot fire flame.
Yep.
And then Ethan threw Dez on to Zach, and then Josh got the pin while Ortiz was still down. So Ortiz took that moonsault, swanton bomb, and the hot fire flame within like a minute, and then the North ended up picking up the win.
Jesus, hell of a match. But no, Josh Alexander is great, man. He is a wonderful talent. I mean, this is an MVP on any roster. The shit he's doing up in Destiny, also, come on, that's unreal.
Did you see? It's Josh versus something.
I saw that. Oh my god! I saw that announced today, and I got jealous. I said, "Fuck me! Why couldn't we book that first?"
I know. I was like, God damn it!
I was so pissed. I was like, "Damn it! They got that shit first."
But do you know what matchup I do want to see? Josh versus Fatu. Josh Alexander versus Fatu.
Oh my god! But in this one, Josh took the win on Briggs.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Josh took the win on Josh.
Josh, I should have done that.
Missed opportunity.
Son of a bitch.
Just like how PWG fucked up. They named Lucky Kid entry number 12 for like, God damn it, guys. He should have been 13. What the hell happened here?
It's so fucked up. Are you serious?
Yeah, they named him entry number 12, and everyone's like, what the fuck, PWG? That's what happens when Joey's not there anymore.
Jesus, that's hilarious. Hilarious. Let's go. All right, the next two kind of bleed into each other.
Okay, you got this one.
All right, women's title match. Champ Havok taking on a returning Taya Valkyrie, her second appearance in AAW.
I'm gonna sub in on this one. The Huira Loca
We had
sound
the
because we
face
don't
off.
have sound bites from TNI.
No, but we had a face off. Anybody listen? Real side note: anybody who listens to my other podcast, the Total Nonstop Impact, knows that Taya was voted Scumbag of the Week because we do a Scumbag of the Week every week.
In
She
a
was voted
row.
three times in a row for her dastardly ways, and she called us out on it on Twitter, which meant she listened to the show, and we were like, "Holy shit!" And then she said she's gonna slap me the next time she sees me, and I said, "Oh shit!
Well,
We
yeah.
just
So what happened?
great face off, hilarious." She's like, I'm like, hey Taya, I'm Trent from Total Nonstop Impact. She goes, oh, so you're the one voting me scumbag of the week, huh? And I was like, no, it was my co-host Kyle, and it wasn't me, but we did it because you're good. She goes, well, I guess maybe I'm good at my job. I go, yes, exactly. And so throughout the whole night, he was busting my chops. She goes, I guess I didn't win that match because I'm such a scumbag after all. Like she would like be away from, like walking away or like
Please
just
tell me Ian got a picture of the face off.
Ian did not, but Nicole got a picture of all four of us together. Actually, no, she got a picture of the face off.
What do
Um,
you mean? What do you mean all four?
well, at one point, so I went to Taya. She's like, she wanted to do a drop for the pod. So she did a drop and she's like, she goes, I'm going to address Kyle in this drop. And so she punks out Kyle
Oh
big
God.
time, hilariously. And then while that was going on, Nicole got pictures of that. But then she wanted to take a picture of me, Nicole, Johnny, and Taya. So, you know,
Nice.
but dude, she did a drop for the pod and she's like, this is La Huera Loca, your Knockouts champion, you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact. And Kyle, you want to call me a scumbag the week? And she's like punked his ass out. And it was hilarious. I sent it over to him. He fucking freaked.
That's
But she
awesome.
but she put over the show. She was really, really cool. Ty is the shit for sure. Uh,
Awesome.
very, very cool. But anyway, yeah. This match right here, she's a Knockouts champ. She had the belt with her, but she didn't bring it out. That's something Danny doesn't like to do.
Well, this is something that actually Trey brought up on Twitter.
Really? What
Um,
do you say?
well, okay, so this is what he says. He goes, "How do people feel about wrestlers bringing other belts from other promotions to a company?" And this is what I said, and I think this should be anybody's rule. It's cool to bring it for signings and autographs because people want to see pictures with the champion,
Absolutely.
especially if you're from national TV.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yes.
but if you're not defending that title in that particular match, it does not come out with you because if you are the Impact World Knockouts champion and you
Hmm.
lose to Jessicka Havok, who, mind you, is an Impact wrestler,
Right.
but you are losing to if take Jessicka out of the equation, you have Becky Two Shoes. Just you know what I mean? Just some random indie wrestler who's
Hmm.
that company's independent champion, whatever, and you lose to her, it's a bad look.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. It depends what. See, like, here's the thing. If, let's say she's a Knockouts champ, see, a company like AAW doesn't need it. But a company who's like new, up and coming, for credibility, they encourage those types of
It's
things.
but it's not credible if that person loses
If they're losing, if
because
they're
then
winning, doesn't
because
matter.
then well if you're winning it doesn't matter, but the problem is if you have that inconsistency, well, why isn't she coming out with the belt this time, but she came out with it last month? Then you're setting yourself up for a potential spoiler before the match even starts.
Mm,
So you need to have the consistency. So just say if Danny had a Knockouts Women Championship on
yeah,
the show, of course, you have her come out with it. But if she's not defending that title, or he's not, or some dude is not defending his title, don't come out with that belt because then you are potentially ruining the credibility of another company's hard work who
yeah,
doesn't know what that booking is because independent promoters do not talk to other indie promoters about what is booked,
yeah. No
regardless of
question.
who's champion.
No question about it. So yeah,
So,
it all depends on what you're doing with it. You know, if you have like Austin Aries was going around with his belts,
but that was
and
a gimmick.
right, but I'm saying he was actually like knowing he's gonna win. He was saying, like, yeah, this is for the Impact World Title or something. Like I
Yeah.
remember him doing that at Zello.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
changed it for the Impact, but see stuff like that sometimes, like I
it's
don't,
cheapened too, though, right? It's like who the
I
fuck's
don't
this guy getting a
feel
title
like
shot?
no, but like I get it. It's like yeah, now you're wrestling for the Impact Championship, but honest to God, is that title gonna really be changed at an indie show without any Impact cameras there?
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like it's cool and all, but you wouldn't see LAX coming out with you never saw LAX coming out with their tag titles, regardless if they were winning or losing or anything like that. Um, like at AEW, I think Laredo Kid or no, Sammy Guevara, somebody came out with their AAA title, but they didn't win the match. So it's like, is this promotion not as competitive as this other promotion?
Right.
You know what I
Good point.
mean?
Good point.
So that's just my thoughts on it.
All right, fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Well, this ended up into a no contest because Sammy came out and package pile drive Taya.
Right. And then Jess was yelling at him, like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you interfering in my shit? And he was like, get out, get the hell out of here, all that
This is
shit.
the draws ring.
And then that bled right into did he cut a promo? I can't recall. Did he
He
take the
cut up
mic?
so
Okay.
JT cut the promo
Right, okay.
and then called out Fatu. Oh no, he also cut a promo. He goes, "This is the draw show and the draw wants his match now." And calls out Fatu. So Armando is holding poor referee Sam. Um
By the way, Sam recently started listening to the podcast. He took me aside and he says he's not a podcast guy, but he's like, I recently started listening to you guys. He goes, he complimented the show. He told me I'm a good host. He was like really complimentary of the show, man. So I want to thank Sam for the kind
yeah,
words.
he pulled me off. He told me at freelance a couple weeks ago the same thing. So thanks, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. Referee Sam Meadowood.
So he was basically dragged down to the ring by Armando, and then him and Fatu ran right in the ring, almost won the match immediately.
Dude, this match set the room on fire. People
Oh
came
my God, the
unglued.
unglued is an understatement.
This was insane. This match was absolutely. I don't know, man.
I don't know if we can call it a match.
People, people dog Sammy, but the guy never ceases to deliver. Man, he delivers all the time on everything. He's unreal. Every match this guy's in is exciting to watch.
Dude, Fatu went
Unbelievable.
from being the most hated person in multiple promotions to being over within months because
Incredible.
he's this chaotic. It's like chaos. It's like what there's like chaotic neutral, chaotic bad, chaotic good. He's just chaotic.
Yeah, he is chaotic, man. No question about
Oh
that.
my God, it is just untamed. And he hit the super kick on Sammy, almost popped him up for the Samoan for that pop up Samoan drop, but JT got involved, and then he just starts wailing on JT. Sammy gets back involved, and then all the referees die. Like Nate got kicked in the nuts. That's why Nate can't be on the podcast. Nate's still recovering.
Yeah, dude, Nate,
He's gone through 6 ice bags an hour
dude,
for the last 4 days.
they have said that doctors have said that Nate may not be able to have children because of
Uh
that nut shot.
oh yeah, dude, like
His wife's pretty upset.
we're talking about full on internal bleeding in the scrotum.
I mean, his nuts are dead. Like he's got dead nuts.
I mean, and then what was the other ref's name? Not Sam.
His name was Perch.
Perch. Perch
Perch.
got a super kick from Fatu, and then Fatu was like, this isn't enough. There's still a zebra. So he went and did a corner smash on Sam.
No, I thought he corner smashed Purge.
No, no, I have the picture. He corner snap. He
Jesus.
Let me go back and look at this picture
I thought
again.
he corner smashed. Yeah, either way, he killed all the damn zebras.
He killed dude. I need to go back and confirm. There were so many zebras that died.
Dead
Like they
zebras
went
everywhere.
endangered.
Dude, he killed them all, man.
No,
Zebras were dead.
Perch took the super kick, and Sam took the corner smash.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, that was brutal. It was a great match. Ended in a double DQ because they killed everybody.
well, security comes out before the match was officially over. Security comes out, and then Fatu does this spinning corkscrew dive over the top rope onto
Incredible.
to security and Danny.
Oh yeah, Danny took a
Danny
bump
took a
too.
bump.
Telling you, man, Danny's getting that itch. He's doing that.
He
Still,
just
he's
needs to
got
make sure his bump card can still work.
Once I get to the after party info, you're gonna hear about Danny coming out of retirement. You watch. But yeah, that was a very exciting match. No win for Fatu on the belt, but he definitely had the last hurrah as he walked out of the ring. Man, people
But
were
Fatu is in the Jim Lina Memorial Tournament.
so he has another shot at this to get a shot in December. So this could be another. I mean, Fatu can work his way back up. The tournament's looking fantastic so far.
Dude, the tournament, I mean, we have 13 out of the 16 announced, so I'm really hoping we keep those 13 for surprise entrance.
I really,
Or the
really hope
three out
three.
of the
Yeah,
16, sorry.
we'll see, man.
For surprise entrance.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, next one. We got intermission after that. Next, we come back. Now, let me ask you this, but kind of midway here.
Mm.
Was shooting photos at this place with all that space from rings? I mean, how was that? That must have been
It
fun.
was the best because I don't know if you saw, but I kept running up the ramp for certain shots.
Yeah, I saw that.
Um, there was some parts like the opposite side of the ring. Because you know what? I just have such a habit now from Impact to never cross hard camera. And the only time I'll ever go into hard camera is if I have a video guy in front of me now.
Mm,
That's the only time I'm allowed to do that because I know the hard camera shots won't be they're not using the hard camera. They have to use the floor cameras. Um so I would wait for Ivan to
mm,
move and then I would go. And I feel like
yeah,
I missed some shots, but it's just habit now
yeah,
of shooting so many shooting so much TV that I don't touch hard camera side unless there's a video guy in front of me who's walking into hard camera.
yeah. It must have been this building really, really made that easy, man. That's cool. That's really cool. But all right, so we come back from intermission and we go right to the Heritage Belt. Right after this, that's Jake, champion, defending against Chuck Mambo, Joey Avalon, and Paco. I think Mambo is from Australia, I want to say. Is that right?
Yeah, and then Avalon is from Milwaukee. He's
Milwaukee.
the MKE heavyweight champion
So
for
he for which company?
MKE for
And
that's Silas Young's company.
so he was escorted out by a returning for one night only to AAW after many, many years.
Oh my God.
Val
It was
Malone.
such a pleasure to finally meet her
Oh,
personally.
she's a sweetheart. So there was a detail Val did on her entrance, which when I told her about, she goes, "Oh my God, you're the only one who caught that." And I was like, because I don't think anybody else did. So we have the banners of like essentially the Hall of Fame of AEW on the
Yeah.
stage. When she came out, she didn't come out through the center of the actual entrance. She came out from under Silas's banner.
I saw that and it confused me at first,
I thought
but
she
because
messed up, and
there's
I was like, no, it's Silas's banner. It's such a great detail.
do you know what? I didn't catch that because there were so many lights and I
Mm.
was just like focused on trying to get the shot and I was like, wait, what the fuck? So,
Dude,
but dude, that was the fact that you pointed that out, that's fantastic.
so when I was talking to her about it, Silas comes up and because he was hanging out at the show, he comes up and I was like, "You catch that? Are you proud of your woman?" He goes, "Catch what?" And she's like, when I came onto your banner, I'm like, yeah, she walked onto your banner. He goes, oh shoot, I was in the bathroom taking a piss.
No.
He said I was taking a piss. Sorry. I was like,
That's
she's
like
like, are you
saying,
kidding
yeah,
me?
dude, I heard your match. It sounded fantastic.
Oh God,
Fuck.
this is so funny.
Oh man. Dude, that I'm really bummed right now from that part.
That he missed her entrance.
That he missed her entrance. I thought he would at least like,
He's married to her.
no, I
He's like,
get
all right.
it. I get it. And oh man. But dude, that's like she did that little bit
Oh,
extra.
he laughed about it. Like she was like, of course he was taking a piss during my
Oh,
entrance.
that's funny.
And then he was like, oh, it happens. And he walks away. I'm like, he's too much of a man, Val. He is
Last real man. And
he's
then
a real
I like
man.
her gimmick is last real manager.
Oh, are you serious? That's amazing.
Yeah, so on Twitter, she goes by the last real manager.
I love
And I was
that.
like, oh my God.
It was nice to have her back. I was telling her
ROH,
stories.
stop being pussies. Let Silas in AAW.
Oh, dude, he told me he's like, man, I miss wrestling for AAW. I miss it. He was the man. I told him, I said, you have no idea.
Sinclair is scared.
I said, you have no idea how important you are to this company. I said, I don't think you understand. I said, to this day, how much they respect you and what you did and how much you were part of that shift from old.
I told him, I'm like, dude, at least once every other week or once a month, you and I always reminisce about 6, 7 years ago about that Silas
Oh,
run.
I told him that. I was like, we talk about you all the time. I mean, he was like, man, I miss it. I miss it here. But, hey, he's making good money at ROH. He's got a family, no knock.
No,
He's got what he's got to do.
and I'm not gonna deny it, he's happy at ROH.
Yeah.
Not he just he w- he's I mean, you're always wanting something that you can't have, and he always wants more for himself. And if he has the free time, he just wishes that he wishes he can at least wrestle for his own promotion.
Can he not wrestle for his own promotion?
No, you're not allowed to wrestle. The only US indie you're allowed to run is PWG, but when Scorpio Sky was in ROH, he was allowed to wrestle at Wrestle Circus.
Are you serious?
But because ROH absolutely hates us.
Really?
Well, because ACH fucking had a divorce settlement on
Oh, yeah.
on our show
Mm.
that didn't make things any better.
Yeah, ROH hates us ever since then. They've never liked us since. They haven't had a beef with us because of that. Because we allowed it. Like, as if we told them to do it.
Yeah, because you're gonna tell Albert what to say.
Jordan, not Albert. We don't talk about him anymore. It's
Oh
Jordan.
my
It's
God.
Jordan. It's Jordan now. It's not Albert anymore.
Jordan.
Okay, anyway.
Gable.
Jake,
Old
Jake,
school NXT fans will understand that one.
I don't know what you're saying right now.
That's what I'm saying. Old school
So,
NXT. I'll show you the clip. You'll appreciate it.
the only NXT I know is when it was on, it's like Sci-Fi, and I remember like all I remember is
Obstacle course phase.
I just remember the Miz was like Danielson's coach, and I'm like, what in the fuck is this? What is this? How is this guy teaching Brian Danielson anything?
But I will admit that created like a 6 year long feud that went on and off, and always, and dude, they always referred back to that first season of NXT. And it's such a dude. It led to Daniel Bryan's U.S. title win. It went to their feud
They gave him
last year.
character is what it was too. Gave him a lot
Oh,
of character.
it gave him character, and it's very rare with WWE that you actually go back into multiple feuds and multiple history, and they would always refer back to that. And it's such a good, it was such a good base. It was such a good start for long-term booking that was never expected from that, because those two, I mean, besides Heath Slater, those two are like the only two people that are like from that first season.
Yeah, and that's it.
I mean, Heath is the only one that's been employed technically the entire time, because Daniel Bryan was quote unquote fired for choking out Justin Roberts on TV for 2 months, and then he was retired for a few years.
Mhm.
Heath Slater's legit the last man standing from that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right, anyway, So Jake, I don't know who Jake pinned in this one. Did he pin Paco? I can't remember.
Jake pinned Chuck Mumbo.
Now I want to see more singles being thrown at Jake. I want to see some real competition for this belt, man. I want Jake to be booked against some real major players here. Go ahead.
Sorry, do you know what the only thing is? This was a non-title match, which completely baffles my mind.
I mean, okay, if it was one-on-one against Paco, makes sense to have it as a title match. Against the other two guys, I get why they don't deserve a title match, but then why is Jake in this match to begin with?
Yeah, I feel like if you're, but I mean, Jake won. I don't know the harm was saying it was a title match.
Exactly. Well, in those, thing is psychologically, then people are like, why? Who are these two guys getting a title shot?
Yeah, but Joey's from Milwaukee.
Yeah, but no, you
throw in a wild card. You have Paco, who's a mainstay. I mean, that's the point of a fatal four-way, is to give you different ideas. I mean, who knows if Joey would have earned a full-time spot if he won the title.
Honestly, I'll tell you what, if I could rebook this, I would have done the Josh and Jake right here, and had Briggs or Alexander and Jake, and I had Briggs in that four-way, because it was kind of the four-way didn't go, didn't really lead to much.
No, I mean, I think it was just a showcase of Jake,
and he looked great as always. He
looked great, but it didn't do anything for Jake's current storyline with wrestling and all that stuff.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It didn't mean anything for Jake. And that's my beef with it. It's like, what do we get out of this? Jake didn't really benefit from this match at all. Not Jake against.
Get something.
He needs to get something out of every match.
Something.
But well, he defends. Now, the next one is interesting because the Fight for the Future banner flashed up in the middle of the show on the screen, and people were confused because I think a lot of Milwaukee has no idea what Fight for the Future is. Actually, Basil, we never mentioned the opening Fight for the Future match, which was Karam and who did he fight? I don't remember who he fought.
Joey Chase or something. Hold on, I'll get. No, hold on, because Mouse told me about the kid. Give me a second.
Karam is the man, dude. That dude is. Keep your eyes, man.
Hold on.
That guy's jacked.
I am trying to find the name.
But anyway, while you're looking that up, a lot of people in Milwaukee didn't really know what Fight for the Future is. We haven't been as consistent on it as we should have been, and that's our fault. I know some people did point that out to me at the show. They're like, "Hey, we're a little inconsistent. You guys are a little up and down on this Fight for the Future stuff." And I said, "Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes it's availability and whatnot, but that's our fault. That's something we have to improve." But in the middle of the show,
Corey Storm,
that's right. Karam and Corey Storm. That's an opening Fight for the Future. Keep your eye on Karam, though.
Karam is he's future. Literally, he's gonna be around more often.
The guy is jacked. He's in a great shape. But anyway, Manders, who's a long time, not a long time, but he's been around AAW for a bit. Very well liked guy. I love that Manders keeps evolving. Like he keeps doing better and better he's improves every show. I feel
his look has improved. His gimmick has become more defined.
Defined is because initially I was weird on the gimmick, but I think he defined it a lot.
Well, he went from a guy just wearing a sports jacket to putting his logo on the jacket to introducing the cowboy stuff with the chaps, the hat, the cowboy belt, or with the cowbell and all that stuff, and the bull rope. I mean, he's made it more unique to himself.
I like it. He looked like a star on the stage, man. I was like, this dude came out. Like, he looks good, I'm like, shit. But he took on Good Brother number 3.
Who's this new guy? Do you have any backstory on him?
All I know is, man, didn't see him at all. Dude just showed up and walked out. I don't know. He must
kind of unprofessional. I mean, he clearly showed up late. If we're having a Fight for the Future match, in the middle of our show,
7th match in. I mean, what an asshole,
He was supposed to be the second match, from what I heard.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to be in the beginning of the show, and he's at the seventh match. So clearly, he showed up late. On top of which he, I mean, didn't shake anybody's hand. No locker room etiquette. Come on.
Unprofessional.
And he gets in
Did he
there,
talk
but
to Jimmy Jacobs or something?
he pissed off Jimmy Jacobs somehow. For some reason, Jimmy didn't like him.
And maybe it was the unprofessional thing, and Jimmy didn't like the gimmick infringement.
Jimmy yelled at him, and then he left. And then they had the match, and then he beat Steve Manders, which is crazy. I mean, beginner's luck.
No. Jacobs came out after the match.
No, that was before. No, my bad. You're right.
That's
It
the
was.
only good thing about me editing photos is I remember
That's right.
chronologically what has happened.
I got 1,000 things going on. I'm glad you're doing. I'm glad you remember chronologically.
That's the only reason why I remembered it because I remember. That's how I keep track of things with the show.
You essentially get to watch it again via.
Oh, dude, that's why I don't watch wrestling. That's why I can't watch wrestling. Like I don't watch any show that I shoot.
Mm,
I can't watch it. Like I
I
can't
bet.
watch any of the Impact shows. I can't watch any indie show. I don't watch anything because I have to live it twice.
Yeah. See, like it. Well, it could be fun because you see the production added onto it.
I do see the production and stuff like that, but like with the Impact stuff, I just look for the clips. Like sometimes I'll watch it live, but like that's like the third time I'm intaking this content.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's cool. It's cool that you get to at least keep your chronological timeline in check because I can't.
Yeah.
But Jimmy yelled at him. Go ahead, take this one away. Jimmy
So
yelled at
good
him.
brother number three
Good brother.
gets over on the crowd with number three. And then Jimmy Jacobs comes out and is like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" and allegedly thinks he's Manser,
I
which I
mean,
don't believe. I don't believe it.
he doesn't look anything like Manser, dude.
Dude, I didn't see anything. I mean,
Nothing.
I get it. He pulled. Maybe his knee pad fell down. Maybe he pulled it up. Maybe he put it back down. I don't know. That I don't understand the chronological thing with that. I can't keep up with that part.
Yeah.
But um, I don't see it. I don't think he's Manser. I think he's good brother number three. Clearly, there's two good brothers that are up in New York at the moment.
Good
He's the
brother.
third good brother.
Yeah. Will we see him again? I don't know.
I don't know.
Who
He had a
knows?
black mask on, and black is the color of the good brothers.
Ridiculous.
So
It
I
was
mean,
ridiculous.
I just see that sort of consistency.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with this guy, man. He beats Manders though. I
He
like
beats
Manders.
Manders. Then we go into our semi-main,
This is a big one.
Johnny Milwaukee, aka John Morrison, aka Johnny Impact, aka Johnny Mundo, aka Johnny wherever the frick he's booked. That's what we name him.
So we produced a a backstage like a vignette with him pre-match, and he's like, "What should I go with?" I'm like, "Go do Johnny Milwaukee," and I'm like, "Really, really play up Johnny Milwaukee. Like, keep saying it." So like, if you watch the promo we post on social media, it's fantastic. He is Johnny Milwaukee all over it, and it is hilarious. If you should go watch it, it is very, very fun to watch.
It
But
really rolls off the tongue.
I told him because I said it to him. He's like, "Well, that sounds kind of cool," and I was like, "Yeah, it just flows." Johnny Milwaukee, it just kind of has a thing to it. But this match, dude,
Johnny
what a
redefined.
Johnny definition, Johnny Daniels, Johnny
Ew,
Petkovich.
ew. What is he, their son?
Yeah, I mean it's
Johnny Daniels.
Johnny
Johnny
Daniels,
Danny. Two
Johnny Danny.
Johnny Danny.
uh, Come on,
Oh,
Danny once had abs like that. He did once.
nobody has abs like freaking John Morrison. Those are ridiculous.
Back in Danny's day, he was a man. He was abbing it up.
He's stabbing it up.
Back in his ECW days, man. He was the man. Anyway, this was fun, man. This was exactly what you wanted it to be. So the Lucha legend Juventud Guerrera taking on Johnny Milwaukee, sorry. And they just felt each other out that first 7 minutes of feel out, have a little fun.
The
And then,
fun with the taunting with the crowd, the crotch chops, and going to the corners and he was doing like some selfie camera stuff.
just let it rip. They just tore it
Oh,
up.
great match.
One of my
And
favorite parts of this was
mhm.
I was next to Taya while she was watching, and what was really cool was, man, she was like so fucking proud of her husband watching this match. Like that woman's in love, man. That is some
Because
love.
she doesn't get to watch his matches. She's always preparing for her matches.
That was pretty cool. I was like, man, this is some true love shit right here. Like she straight up was so proud of him. I was like, God damn.
I love these two as a couple.
They're
Like
great.
honest to God, they like when they were backstage at Impact and stuff like that, we'd always eat together and all that stuff. And he always talks about her in a good light. Like
Yeah.
there's no like put downs or anything like that. Obviously there's like little lighthearted jokes,
Yeah.
but like he just talked about her in such a good manner, and it's like there's like a certain level of respect that I gained
Hmm.
for Johnny after working with him this year.
Yeah.
And and I love Taya. Taya's absolutely amazing.
No, they're cool,
So
man. They're a
Taya's
cool couple.
always down for like promo shots because she's always changing up her gear and her look, and she's like so excited to see pictures. And like when the whole thing in Philly happened with the crazy fan, like I was actually talking to her ringside. I was like, I don't know if you can see it. I was trying to be really discreet about it, but I was just like, calm, like relax. Don't like just look at me right now. Don't look like because it was the exact opposite direction of him. I was like, look at the match or just look at me. Like, don't stress about that anymore. And then we talked about it afterwards and stuff like that. And she's an amazing person, and he supports her so much. I honest to God feel like it's made her better. It's given her layers because she came in with the Queen gimmick, which was really cool, but was very close to her AAA gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Um,
think it fit her too much in the US.
in the US it doesn't fit. I love the Queen Taya gimmick, but it didn't have a lot of substance.
Right.
And she gets to be herself. So the fact that you said she was watching her match was amazing. And then another small tidbit, Ian is a huge John Morrison fan.
Big time. That's the one he's like, I need to shoot this ringside.
So, well, he just wanted to shoot like BTS and stuff, and then he wanted to get some stuff. He got some stuff from the ramp, and I saw him like, "The fuck you doing? Get down here! Like you can shoot." Like I gave him the good spot, I gave him
Yeah.
the nice corner spot, and then I'd be like, because I've watched Johnny so many times now, I'm like, shoot now, do get this spot,
He got a
and
real money shot though. His money shot is like Johnny off to the side with the AAW logos behind him
mhm.
and the turnbuckle. I was like, that's the shot, man. You got your shot.
Yeah, so I was happy for him to get that shot, and we got a lot of the same shots because I was telling him I was like he's about to do this move. Like it's that instinct that I was telling you about. Like I know when Johnny prepares for certain moves. So I got all his standards, his standing moonsault, his Spanish fly, his shooting star press, or not shooting star press, I'm sorry. Um what's um the rocket what's the
Starship Pain.
Starship Pain, all that stuff just because it's just instinct now, and I know how he sets up. So
Yeah.
I was glad that Ian was able to get all those shots in as well. So
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. Good. I'm glad he didn't got to do that. He was kid busted his ass, man. I gotta give it to him. So he worked hard to do it. So
yeah,
it's the one match you wanted to do. It's the one match you wanted to
yeah.
get.
I
So he
gave
got
him.
to do it.
I shared ringside with him for that one.
I told Ian, I'm like, if you're doing behind the scenes, I mean, there's no rule that says you can't go down and shoot a
No,
match you want.
but if we only have one side of the ring, it's kind of hard because then
Right.
all the shots become similar. But that one meant a lot for him.
Yeah, exactly.
So because there wasn't at that place on the other side of the ring, opposite of the entrance,
Hmm.
the there wasn't much room.
Yeah.
on that side, and then you're not allowed to be on the front or the back hard camera.
Right.
So
Well,
it's because it's just distracting when you have a cameraman there.
true. All
So
right. Main event
main
of the
event.
evening.
Oh my God, I was so happy to see the Lucha Brothers back in AAW. It was so overdue.
Been a while. Been a while. It was cool to see them. They were very happy to see everybody. One thing I will say about the Lucha Brothers, man, and I'll never take away from them is that no matter how big they get, they they don't forget anybody. They say hello and they ask how you're doing to everybody on the crew. Like, they worked with us for a long time, so I appreciate how appreciative they are.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. They're nice guys, man. They're cool as shit. I'm a little I want as a fan, I want more layers from them to come around now that they're reaching another level in their career. I want more layers to their characters and to their style. Uh, but overall, they're still to this day one of the most exciting duos to watch in modern wrestling. I mean, nobody is really coming close to them right now. They're very much in a world of their own, man.
Yeah. I mean, they're literally the biggest and most in demand
Yeah,
stars right now, I'd say. Because I mean they're still not signed to AEW
right.
because
Now,
the whole Lucha Underground death contract
uh,
that all these guys were signed to.
I'm hearing that it's still very up in the air with them. Nobody really knows what they
Well,
want to
it's
do.
until Lucha Underground officially folds and dies,
Yeah,
which they need to at this point.
it's really funny how everybody loved them at one time,
Dude,
and
they okay. I will say this. I've said this before, but Lucha Underground is the reason, and honest to God opinion, that the Indies blew up. Because right when Lucha Underground talent was allowed to work on the Indies, and all that talent from TV got to be everywhere in
Mhm.
around 2015, that's when the game changed. And but the issue was they were like, okay, cool, they get to work the Indies. Then they go back to the tapings, and then they do what they need to do. Then
Mhm.
they go back on the indies. That was the idea. And then El Rey ran out of money for this show.
Crazy dude.
They literally ran out of money for the show. So they've been trying to fund the show. But the issue is it takes them more than a year to do anything. So all these people are literally bound by where they can go, and it's pretty much everybody besides WWE at this point or
Mhm.
AEW. Um, and luckily, because of Impact's agreement with AAA, who is the parent promoter for Lucha Underground, that's why you got to see all these guys go to Impact
Yeah.
because their working agreement with AAA, and thank God that worked out. But still, like, if you're not producing a show anymore, shouldn't there be some sort of statute of limitations of
But
time?
what are you
They're
holding them to? Like there's
they're
no
so
clearly no interference.
they're not held. Okay, so I don't know if you understand, but the contracts are not time based. They're season based.
Season, baby. But still, like, what do
So
you if you're
so
not
these people,
producing a season? What the hell's the point?
because nobody put anything in the contracts about that. These were
Mhm.
shitty. These were really shitty contracts signed back in like 2013.
Yeah, these are
These
terrible,
were
man.
really shitty contracts. Like there were certain people like Ricochet that were signed to like an 8-year deal or some bullshit.
What?
Yeah, dude, 8-season deal. That's what it was. Like Jeff Cobb got out of his. Like he found a good lawyer to get him out of his. Same with Joey, um, Thunder Rosa. All of them were just like all these people who got released this past year
Hmm.
was able to get out of it. Strickland. That's why all these like, but I don't understand how the Lucha Brothers are still stuck there.
Maybe they don't want to pay for the lawyer. That could be it too. They don't want to pay the fee.
I don't know. I'm sure they can talk to a lawyer, be like, yo, if this works out, we sign somewhere. Here's this money afterwards.
I'm sure it'll work out. It'll work it out, right? And look, in the meantime, they're still writing their own ticket, man. They're doing whatever they want, so
Yeah.
it's all working out for them still.
The moment they're free, they become the richest people ever in
De-
wrestling.
Depends what they want to do. I'm really curious. They like their the thing is, it's a different world, man. These guys are their fathers, their husbands. Right now, they have a lot of freedom. Who knows what they want to do at the end of the day? We'll find out in the next 3, 4, 5 months. I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll see. But they defeated Firefox on this one. They took out Firefox. Great match. So Myron came to the show and he said, "I'm gonna give it 200%. I'm about to kill it tonight."
And he did.
And he did. He sure as hell.
I mean,
He
Fox was motivated. He had a big weekend for him, so everybody was just trying to step it up a little bit, I feel like, on this show.
Yeah. The building brings it out in you, man. This building it was more, the crowd was loud. They wanted it, and hey,
Crowd was hot.
crowd was very hot. Crowd was very hot. So I'm hoping they like this enough that, hey, you guys, some of them want to come down to Chicago. It's not that far. Hour and a half is no big deal. Come
Shit,
see us in Chicago.
that's a drive to Bourbon Street.
Exactly.
I've
But
had
that,
drive to Bourbon Street that took longer than my drive to.
yeah,
Dude, my drive to
seriously.
LaSalle is longer than my drive to Milwaukee.
Yeah, no
It
kidding.
just feels daunting because it's in a different state.
Right. That's it. Even though it's an easy drive. One highway there.
It was a very easy drive.
But that was it, folks. That was Destination Milwaukee, our debut in Wisconsin. Very exciting. I had a lot of fun with this one, man. This was a very fun show to do. We went and partied afterwards, Basil, which I think you missed out on. We went to damn, what the hell was it called? Aviator or something? I forgot. Bunch of us went to the after party. Fatu, Hoovy, the restaurant specialized in like sausages, and like they had a dog named after Hoovy. They were like, he was like the food of this dish of the month.
Really quick, not trying to sidetrack as much as we have today. Please explain the Ryan and Hoovy story.
I'll do it. It'll lead after this. But we partied, man. We had a great time. Hoovy has invited us down to Mexico. I said, Hoovy, you really want to make it fun? You work Danny in Mexico. Get him out of retirement. He goes, Danny's going to be juicy. It gets so juicy. We come down to Mexico City. And he's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm like, come on, Dan.
Juicy's
Wrestle one.
as an adjective for everything for Hoovy.
Oh, dude, Hoovy was the man, dude. He was holding court at this bar. It was such a blast. Fatu was calling me his uncle. He's like, man, you look like my uncle, man. Handsome guy with a beard and long hair. Shit, it's like my uncle right here. Like, we were just having a blast. But dude, I'm like, dang, let's go to Mexico City. And Hoovy's like, Jenny Juicy, bring the gear, bro. Bring the gear. Bring the fucking gear. We'll work a match in Mexico. I was like, there you go, Dan. Now you can say you work Mexico. Come on. So maybe Danny Daniels might work Mexico City, and I'm gonna have Lance manage him. This is this is the point in the show where we mentioned Lance, because Lance made it a point to tell me 2 shows ago. He's like, "It only took you 39 episodes to mention me once," and I said I could have sworn we mentioned you before, but I worked him in last week too, and I'm gonna work him in again every episode from now on. And he has offered to do a bumper for us though, but he's offered to do a drop for the show. So maybe we might take him up on that. Like, oh, you don't see these 2 fucking morons backstage, bitch, fucking assholes. I'm gonna get that from. But it was a blast, man. So what happened was Hoovy rode over to the bar with Ryan, the Cactus King, and Nurse Nicole. They went over there because he wanted to go early, settle in while we finished up the building, and had his stuff with him. So anyway, we all pile out of the bar. A couple hours later, we're hanging out. We even watched some old NWA on there. We were all watching goddamn rock and roll and midnight matches and shit. There was all sorts of stuff on. But we roll out of there. Everybody's outside. Now there's plenty of time where everybody's outside chilling. So I rode back with Nicole and Ryan. And we go, we're heading back, we're having a good time, whatever. When we get back to Chicago, we're right near my place where we're getting dropped off. And Keith texts me and he's like, hey, do you know who drove Hoovy to the bar? And I said, yeah, Ryan did. He goes, oh man, we're trying to figure out who has his luggage because he can't seem to find his luggage. So I asked Ryan, I'm like, did he take his luggage out of your car? He goes, yeah, I think he did because he opened the trunk. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, let's pull over on the side of the road and take a look. So we pull over on the highway. Sure enough, Hoovy's stuff is all in the trunk. And we are back in Chicago. And it is 3 a.m. And
Insane.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. And he's got an 8 a.m. flight. So Ryan's like, I'll take it back. I'm like, you don't have to do this. And he's like, it's okay. Cactus King time. I'll drop you guys off and I'll take it back. Dude, he drops us off and then he turns right back around and goes back to Milwaukee. Unbelievable. Unreal. And the whole time I'm like, Keith, Dan, like, can we get a phone number for Hoop? He goes, oh, he doesn't have like a US phone. He just communicates through Twitter. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, well, who's rooming with? Like, who's with him in the hotel? Like, Fatu. I'm like, okay, can we have Fatu's fucking number? Like, somebody, so Ryan doesn't go back all the way to Milwaukee. And
you should have, yeah, whatchamacallit. I have Fatu's number, so if you ever need that.
We got it. No, we had it. It was Hoovies we didn't have because he didn't have a US phone. So we get it. I mean, I told Ryan, I'm like, dude, just let me know when you're back home. And I woke up to a 6 a.m. text and it was like, oh, safe and sound. I'm like, son of a bitch. This guy, what a saint, though.
Yeah.
What a saint. Ryan, Cactus King, is an amazing person. So, well, that was that, guys. That was episode number 41, Destination Milwaukee Review. Basil, what do we got coming up? What's next? We have a long time between AAW.
We have a long time. So we got a few shows in between. We have, we got Revolver next week, which right now is in question if I can make it now because of my whole store situation at work.
Were you gonna shoot it or just attend with all of us as a fan?
I was gonna shoot it.
Okay.
I need to know ASAP what the hell is going on with my work situation. And then there's Black Label Pro on the 27th, the day after, which that is also in question now. And then, oh, man, I need to look at my calendar because there is, dude, like my calendar is like the one thing that can keep me in check. Dude, there is no shows until the 16th and 17th of August.
It's going to be a little casual week.
Which is freelance wrestling and then freelance underground those 2 days. And then we go 2 weeks after that. We have the WrestleMania weekend of Chicago, which is both nights of the Jim Lynam, the 29th and 30th, All Out on the 31st, and then Warrior Wrestling 6 on the 1st of September. And then there is no wrestling for like 3 weeks after that. So it's summer. It's more vacation based, but maybe we should, do you know what we should do? We should go through some throwback episodes, or maybe get Danny and Mike on the show, get some other production.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's hear, and listeners, if there's anything you want us to talk about or do or get somebody on with us, let us know. We'll get them on.
Yeah.
Let's get we gotta get a little creative. We got couple of dead weeks here that we gotta fill up. So if there's anything you guys want to talk about, let us know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure out what to do.
All right, cool. All right, Basil, plug it up. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at BZ. That's a B, 2 E's, 4 Z's, and a Y. All my photos can be found at basilmahmood.com, except for my Slammiversary pictures. You can find those at impactwrestling.com because I have rules and boundaries now because I guess fuck. I can no longer be, I'm noticed. Fuck.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. It was very cool.
So,
they're crediting you. It's nice.
They're crediting me. It's very weird to have certain boundaries in place because I haven't had any of this entire time with Impact, but I guess I've been shooting with them long enough and they understand this. But where could they find you at, Trent?
You guys can find me at Vanilla Joke on Instagram and Twitter. Connect with me there. Find my band at Hemi Music at Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Connect with us on all that. You can find this show at the BSB Show on Instagram. Oh, no, sorry. Facebook, Twitter, and what about the Instagram?
Where's the Hemi Instagram?
I said Hemi Music on Instagram.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
maybe I might legitimately make one.
Oh, God. Wait, what?
No, I'm joking. Next week.
Next week it is for the Instagram. Guys, you can find
fuck
this
do we
show.
need an Instagram for?
Why not? You're a photographer.
Yeah. But what are we gonna do? Like post clips? I'll be like, hey guys, listen to us talk for 60 seconds.
Yes, exactly.
Next week.
Next week. All right, guys, you can find this show wherever podcasts are found. Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and YouTube at the Backstage Boys podcast. Search that, rate, review, subscribe, give us feedback, let us know what you think. Quick thing about YouTube, and this has been working, Basil, because people have been subscribing on YouTube, which I'm very appreciative of, guys. If you subscribe,
YouTube makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So does Instagram, if you think about it. But if you guys subscribe on YouTube at the Backstage Boys podcast, you get the show about a half a day early. It goes up there first before the following morning where it hits the iTunes and Stitcher feeds and all that stuff. So if you're a third shifter, night owl, you'll be the first to hear us. And I've been seeing the sub counts jump every week, which is great. It's not our primary spot to do stuff, but we wanted to make it another outlet for you guys to find us. And a lot of people do listen to podcasts on YouTube, so it's a good extra place to have it. But definitely iTunes and all that stuff. Connect with us there, guys. SoundCloud is a big one. We post everything in SoundCloud on Twitter, so you can quick listen straight from Twitter as well if you're logged in all day. So, guys, that's everything. Connect with us. Let us know what you think of this show and what ideas you have for us to fill the gaps where there's no show. So let us know what you think, and we will be back with you guys next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.